American Comics Group, Tops for Laughs. Forbidden Worlds, Exploring the Supernatural. We ask you to share all the videos on the channel, leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any horror and suspense comic book posts. Now let's get to the story.
The Devil's Typewriter. This is my yarn, the saga of Johnny Archer, who traded his soul for a story. It's the strange, sinister story you're reading now. Only another writer can realize the depths to which I sunk before I met the neat little man in the Prince Albert coat. And no one can ever envision the horrors that gripped and tortured me after I made my bargain with him. My story starts, prosaically enough, in my own apartment. The vampire hovered noiselessly over its unsuspecting victim, its cruel, steel-strong talons ready to grasp, tear. Oh, what's the use? This script reeks. An editor with 2 holes in his head wouldn't buy it. Johnny Archer, you're a has-been, a dried-up, useless, ex-supernatural writer. So, this is the end of the line. I've got to eat, and I haven't pounded out a saleable word in 2 months. So, I hawk the typewriter. An hour later, I stepped out of the pawn shop, money in my pocket. But, well, that's that. I can keep eating for a little while. But what then? Even if I get a hot idea, I can't write it. Boy, a writer without a typewriter. I'm as useless as a bricklayer without a trowel. Was jolted out of my bleak mood by a silken voice, repeating my thoughts to me aloud, word for word. A writer without a typewriter, as useless as a bricklayer without a trowel. Too bad, Johnny Archer, too bad. Hunt? How come you knew what I was thinking? And my name? Say, who the devil are you? Maybe that's just who I am, Johnny Archer. But look, I have an old typewriter I'd be glad to loan you. For a price, of course. Gulk. I must be sober. I haven't had a drink in weeks. I sensed who the little man was, and what his price would be. Even as I told myself that it was all a huge joke, my subconscious warned me it was not a joke, but grim reality. I suppose your price for the typewriter will be my soul. It's high, just for a loan. But the way things are, I guess I'll have to take a chance. Oh, fine, Johnny Archer. Come on, we'll go to my apartment. I'll draw up the memo, and as soon as you sign it, the machine is yours. Temporarily, of course. I played along when he had me sign a memo receipt for the typewriter. As I did so, I seemed to feel a change in the room, in him. Allowed to use said typewriter until person signing has no further use for it. Compensation for this use has been mutually agreed upon. Pretty broad sort of terms in your favor, but I'll sign. Yes, you'll sign. Ha 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 ha. But when I looked up from the paper, there you are, sir, and much obliged. I'd have sworn he'd changed while I wasn't looking. Guess it's just my imagination. Thank you, Johnny Archer. I can guarantee you some fearsome stories have come out of that old machine. I lugged the old machine home and set it up, still wondering about the little old guy. Boy, this is sure an antique mill. Still can't get over how uncanny that guy was, reading my mind. Somehow, I wonder if I won't be laughing out the other side of my mouth before I'm through with this deal. I got the typewriter adjusted to suit myself. Then, as I started to work, I was startled at the fact that a story formed instantly in my mind. A good story. This is unbelievable. It's been weeks since I've gotten any kind of idea, let alone a hot one. and I seemed to be a part of the story, writing from the inside out. This was my story. It was night in New York on Riverside Drive, and I could see clearly the malevolent, twisted features of the ghostly face as it approached the summer pavilion overlooking the Hudson River near Grant's tomb. And I felt the fear gripping the lone figure that waited in the shadows, keeping a rendezvous with a visitor from the beyond. This is silly. I'm not waiting any longer. But the dream. I've got to settle it once and for all. I can't go to bed knowing I'll be tortured by that dream of meeting Frank Blakely's ghost here, in this pavilion. So, Hugo, you have finally come. Many nights I had to spend beside your bed, urging you, coaxing you. I could have killed you then, but I wanted to do it here, where I died. No, you're dead! Frank, I'm talking to a ghost. I've gone mad. I loved life too, Hugo, but because you cheated, stole my money, bankrupted our business, I had to kill myself so my family could get my insurance. Don't! Ah! Cold fingers of fear and horror gripped me as I finished the script. It was good, too good. I'm knocked out and afraid this isn't just another yarn. Oh well, that's nonsense. Maybe I'll feel better in the morning. I'll get to bed. Have to get this down to Forbidden Worlds early. My uneasiness was dissipated by morning, and as I walked into the office of the editor of Forbidden Worlds, boy, have I got a story here! Absolutely the hottest thing I ever wrote. It's so real it even had me scared. It's about time after the junk you've been trying to palm off on me lately. Let's see it. What's this, Archer? How stupid do you think I am? This is stolen out of this morning's papers. You didn't even bother to change the names. What? No, it can't be. It can't. But even before I looked at the paper he thrust in front of me, I knew his words were true. I blanched, trembled, but not for the reason he thought I did. There, read it. Hugo Allen found strangled in pavilion opposite Grant's tomb. Former partner of Frank Blakely who committed suicide in same pavilion? It's all there, just like in my story. Didn't even try to explain, make him believe me. Who would believe the words of a madman? Forbidden Worlds building. What kind of a ghoulish deal am I mixed up in? Or could this have been coincidence? I made myself believe it was all just a coincidence, one of those weird, inexplicable things that sometimes happen. I had to believe that or lose my sanity. It was just one of those things. I'll get to work and forget all about it. I've got another idea, but again, it's so real. Gosh, it makes me wonder. This story was laid at the zoo. I could even seem to hear the sounds, see the restless pacing of the savage beasts. Siberian wolves. Siberian wolf, huh? Don't look very ferocious to me. Bet I could even pet it. Here, boy. Here. Ow! My arm! Help! Next moment, a hideous transformation. Do not feed animals. He's changed into a wolf. Save us! Help! Holy smokes! It's a werewolf! Bang, bang! He's dead! I killed him! And he's back to his human form! He really was a werewolf! Then those caged beasts are werewolves too! If they were killed, they'd be dead humans! If this story were true, I knew it would be no coincidence, and somehow I knew it would be true. That story sure knocked me out. I'm as limped as if I'd lived through it. I'll turn on the radio. Maybe a little music will quiet me down. We interrupt to bring you a special bulletin. Mario Anthony, a guard at the zoo, is being held on a murder charge. Anthony shot a zoo visitor today, claiming he was a werewolf. It's happened! The typewriter! I'll smash it! That's the only way to end... No, smashing this devil's servant isn't the answer. Then I'd never know for sure. I'll write another story about myself, Johnny Archer, and see what happens. But just in case, I'll send a telegram to the editor of Forbidden Worlds, telling him to come up here for the best story of his life, if he doesn't hear from me by tomorrow noon. Hello? Hello? Got the telegram off, and then sat down at the typewriter, a warning bell ringing in my head, telling me not to be a fool. This is going to be a vampire story. No, I'd better stop. Quit tempting fate before it's too late. But I can't stop. I've got to know if this machine is possessed. This may be my last story, but it'll be a honey. What's that shadow on the paper? Boy, I've really got the jitters. Next thing I'll be imagining there's a vampire in the room with me. I worked feverishly, as though in a race against time, and as the hours passed, I became more and more certain that there was something in the room with me. Some evil, terrible thing. I can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched. That's just like in my story. A hideous vampire is going to materialize out of thin air. Finished, with the hero getting carried away by the vampire. Well, I'm still here, so I guess I let my imagination build up a power for this typewriter that doesn't exist. Now I'll... No! The vampire! The one I created! It can't be! So, you've come to get me? Well, you've got your work cut out. If I can see you, I can fight you. The bedroom. I'll lock myself in and beat this monster yet. I'm safe. After all, it could never break through a door this heavy. Oh, good heavens! It must have passed right through it. It's got me, and I can't fight against it. It's all come true, because I was using the devil's typewriter. Why didn't I smash it before it was too late? Next day, in the offices of Forbidden Worlds. It's noon, and Johnny Archer hasn't called. Are you going to his apartment, as he asked? Oh, that young fool. I'll check, but it will only be a wild goose chase. A little later, at Johnny's apartment. Hey, what goes? Is that Johnny Archer's typewriter you're taking? Oh no, it's mine. I loaned it to him. He won't be needing it anymore, but there'll be plenty of others wanting to borrow it. Well, okay. In fact, maybe you'll be borrowing it sometime. Say, what's come off here? The place is wrecked. And Johnny? Where's Johnny? The bedroom door's locked. Johnny! Johnny! Answer me! Have to break it down. It's locked from the inside. He's gone. And that window, frame all broken, as though something flew right through it. What could have happened? And what's become of him? Wait, the story he mentioned, the great story he'd have for me, that should give a clue. Later, in the offices of Forbidden Worlds. Richard Hughes, editor. Well, readers, I found Johnny Archer's last script, and we've already told you the story. Johnny's been missing a month now, A nationwide search hasn't produced one clue on him. I'm afraid to believe his story is true. What do you think?